Hey guys, I am Big and Scary. I am bringing you the final matchup between Crowbar and Flyleaf from Team Echo for Crowbar and Team Clan dA from Flyleaf. Crowbar is in our bottom left hand corner playing our teal Zerg, and in our top right we have Flyleaf, our purple Zerg. ZVZ, this is the match of 3. If you guys watched the first two, you'll know that Crowbar took the first game by doing a 10 pool versus the more macro style hatch first from Flyleaf. And then Flyleaf countered with a mass of roaches, and Crowbar really didn't have enough to stop such a aggressive timing push right whenever that third was being started for Crowbar. So it was a very cool matchup. Both of them were a very cool matchup, and I'm looking forward to this game to see exactly what other build either player pulls out of their back pocket. Crowbar knowing that Flyleaf really performs well whenever he can get up that money composition, but Flyleaf does not perform as well once put in a pressure situation. And then Flyleaf, knowing that Crowbar can definitely lay on the pressure early on, will he be favoring a bit more of a defensive build? It looks like both players are. I mean, we're at the 13 supply mark already. We don't see a 10 pool going down. Of course, we didn't see a 6 pool or anything like that. I haven't seen a 6 pool in forever. 15 pool is what is likely from either player, though can't put out a hatch first, or I've actually seen a gas first recently. So, all doors are open right now. 15 supply, though, and they're accumulating money, so this is definitely the time. Keep an eye out for that pool. Oh my goodness, there goes the pool. He's built the pool. Okay, we can breathe. It's the pool. He built a pool. Fantastic. I'm just joking. We're going to see a hatchery shortly thereafter, though, so I'm absolutely sure that this is going to evolve into some very, very fast back and forth. Unfortunately for Zerg, the possibilities for cheese against the other players are really only limited to the 6 pool, so it's not like we're going to see anything absolutely fascinating and riveting for the first 4 minutes or so, unless you see that 6 pool go down. So I won't blame you for thinking that this is stagnant. However, the 2 hatcheries going down, this is actually pretty much as even as you get in terms of mimicry for the build order. So we're going to see exactly who makes the right decisions and what decisions ultimately lead the 2 down different paths. Extractor going up for Crowbar. We do not see any gas being grabbed for Flyleaf. Oh, there it goes. Okay, fantastic. I was hoping we were going to see like Flyleaf going for the Ice Fitcher builder or some sort of 3 base build or something like that, which would give Crowbar a massive lead. But no, he's throwing down his own gatch, which is perfectly fine, which is actually perfectly standard and perfectly to be expected in this matchup. Both players are also working on their first queen, who will be popping shortly. Both gases are done and are being saturated. Crowbar's gas was significantly faster than Flyleaf's, and he's actually got about 50 gas more than Flyleaf, which means then it's going to directly translate to the metabolic boost, directly translate to speed, which directly translates to pressure. And Crowbar did so well in that first game with added pressure. I think Flyleaf is going to have a bit of a bother protecting his natural. Queen already transferring down, though, will definitely afford some added protection, and since the pool is totally finished, I don't think Flyleaf will have too much of a problem. He's actually got some good overlord placement, just one here, but more importantly the one right over the main ramp. Anything that leaves Crowbar's main base will be known to Flyleaf. He's also got an overlord positioned rather aggressively down by the 3rd. So he's going to know exactly how many bases Crowbar takes, and if he doesn't see a 3rd base, he's going to know that there's going to be some sort of timing attack. Only time will tell what type of attack. Will it be only Zerglings? We don't see any Zerglings on the way for Flyleaf, but we do see 10 on the way for Crowbar. Oh, as well as a Bandling Nest. Fantastic. Expect to see him grab another gas in short order, or, oh no. He's just not going to go lair anytime soon. He'll be only off of the 1 gas for an extended period of time, but with speed almost done, and the Bandling Nest probably going to be finishing just a couple seconds after the speed itself, Flyleaf is going to be in a little bit of trouble. He's got that Evo Chamber positioned behind his mineral lines right next to a Roach Warren. Evo Chamber's working on +1 range, but there are 0 Zerglings on the field for Flyleaf, so he's going to be hard-pressed to deal with this aggression. The Zerglings making their presence known just underneath the Overlord, pulling back. Very nice control there by Crowbar, aware of that Overlord placement, and positioning his Zerglings just at the bottom of the ramp down in the common ground. Speed and Bandling Nest finish at the exact same time. Banelings being warped. We have 6 of them on the low ground. Those Banelings are going to have to walk right by all these Overlords from Flyleaf, and that will give Flyleaf a lot of time to react, pull his drones. He's already got his queens positioned on the ramp, so he's definitely well prepared there. He's seen the Zerglings leaving the base, which is all he's expecting right now are these Zerglings, but those Banelings are definitely going to be a problem. 3 more Banelings being warped in on the ground, but the drones transfer away. Flyleaf minimizing the amount of damage he takes. I think the best Crowbar can hope for right now is to take down all the hatcheries and bait the Queens away. Queens take the bait, pushing forward. The roaches that are on the way, 4 more coming out for Flyleaf, do not arrive in time. I believe this hatchery is going to go down unless they do have enough energy for the transfuse, but Crowbar 1 step ahead of me, sacrificing his Banelings down on those hatcheries to force the hatchery to go down, despite the multitude of transfuses from both of those Queens. We can see them totally dry on energy. Crowbar forced to retreat, not getting the drone kills that he was hoping for, but getting a hatchery kill, which is almost just as good. And we can see the resources lost tab not really favoring Crowbar. In fact, he's definitely behind in that, but 450 of the 300 of those resources from Flyleaf is the hatchery, which is a big win for him. That's very cool. That's very cool. So now behind 1 base and Crowbar ahead 1 base, what's Crowbar going to do to capitalize on this advantage? He's getting his own Evo chamber up. He's seen the roaches. He's going to know he's going to have to deal with them sooner or later. 2 schools of thought. One is to go for the massive surround on those roaches, catch them in a kind of a weak area, and then surround them with a multitude of Zerglings to focus them down. But we don't see that coming out of Crowbar. Crowbar's already succeeded in getting up his own Roach Warren, and he's also got an extra gas. Any down at the natural? Negative, none down at the natural. So he's going to be mainlining off a bunch of roaches in stealth, and will once again just kind of overpower Flyleaf. Hopefully just keep him on 2 bases. I mean, 1 base. Flyleaf, though, after his very nice play there, minimizing the amount of drones he lost, all he needs to do is get up the hatchery again, and he's right back into this. 31/31. They're neck and neck on harvesters, and he's just a little bit behind on mineral income, and that's because so much gas has been mined by Crowbar right now, and the oversaturation back at home is really just keeping Flyleaf in the lead. Even though the hatchery did go down, it's not nearly as big as a loss as you would expect from it being an entire base. Hatchery is almost halfway done right now. Crowbar will need to either deny it or take up his own 3rd. Unfortunately, the Overlord placement that I pointed out at the start of the game is still there, and that Overlord scouts that 3rd. So all of a sudden, Flyleaf is the one who's going to have to push out and start doing some damage to Crowbar, because Crowbar is going to be taking a increasingly more economic lead. He's going to be very comfortable in his economic lead as soon as he works on that saturation. 36/38 in the favor of Crowbar right now, and he's also mining a lot more gas. What's he going to be doing with that gas? It probably upgrades. He does have that 1 Evo chamber, which is almost done with range. Probably going to be working on armor shortly. Another gas. He'll need to get an infestor pit or a spire or something. The lair tech is done. Glial reconstitution is almost done. And the Zerglings are trying to do a run by back at home, but with so many roaches back with Flyleaf, Crowbar's going to have to pull back. Look at that supply discrepancy right there. Flyleaf has got a lot of supply hung up in those roaches, and that's a lot of power there. Crowbar cannot hope to contend with that with just Zerglings. He needs to get out more roaches. He does have some out already, and the Glial reconstitution is done for Crowbar, half done for Flyleaf. And I think that's what he's waiting for, is that speed. Doesn't want to get his roaches cut out in the open, maybe by fungals, maybe by a bunch of Zerglings swinging in and getting a surround on him. He doesn't want that to happen, so he wants to wait for that speed. However, the longer he waits, more powerful Crowbar can become. He's got 20/27 right now, which is in the favor of Flyleaf, just because Crowbar is going to be the one doing the aggression. He's going to be able to re-macro and resupply his force, and it's going to be even more intimidating back at home. Crowbar finding a use for all that extra energy, getting 11 Banelings coming in on the low ground just to the left of the base, hoping for a massive hit on those drones, because they're going to be nigh useless on all of those Banelings. Here comes the split from Flyleaf. That split is used only for getting a nice surround over Crowbar, forcing a couple of those roaches to go down. Flyleaf's speed is done, so he's going to succeed in chasing down those Banelings. I think the roaches will get away no problem, but the Banelings are going to be left to fend for themselves, and Crowbar turning around trying to get a better surround up on the high ground, and succeeds in getting a nice concave. However, Flyleaf, with a numerically superior force of 34/14, will continue to push Crowbar all the way home, and it looks like this 3rd base is destined to fall. It's got a very moderate saturation there, so those drones are going to be in quite a lot of trouble if those roaches decide to push in, and that's the only way out, is through those roaches. Those roaches instead decide to push in at the natural smelling blood. Flyleaf is pushing in, and I have to admit, Crowbar is looking in very, very dire straits right now. massive concave from Flyleaf, trying to swing around to the left to get a bigger surround on those roaches, engaging in the choke. Crowbar unable to engage with some of the fresh recruits of those roaches, and Flyleaf, again with this massive concave, is just doing so much more damage to Crowbar than Crowbar is doing to him. Resources lost tab showing you that Crowbar is just not taking the wins that he needs to in order to stay in this. And then you switch over to units 32 to 6. Crowbar has no choice but to tap off, take the first loss for Team Echo. However, you've got a lot of other matches to deal with. Hopefully Flyleaf will make a reappearance as his matchup. He's very good at Zerg. I'd love to see him against something else. I'd love to see you guys too, so make sure to check EchO.StarCraft.webs.com for future updates about Team Echo, and also their Twitter page, /Echo_StarCraft, because, you know, they tweet about the games that we're going to be putting up. And also, if you have a clan that you're interested in battling, I am absolutely sure they'd want to hear from you too. I'll see you guys later. I am Big and Scary. Bye.